Today we're going to go over body language, because sometimes it doesn't matter how comfortable or confident you sound if your body language is not reflecting that confidence. And if your body language doesn't reflect this, then you're not going to come across as confident as you should. Body language is your facial expressions, the way you stand, how your hands move in a conversation. And it might seem that I'm being really picky by pointing out all these little things that make up body language, but I'm stressing these points because all of these things are subconsciously perceived by women and by other people on a daily basis. This means if you're talking to a girl and you're displaying poor body language, you're going to confuse her and she's not going to be attracted to you, because a sign of confidence is someone that has good body language, someone that takes up a lot of space, someone that moves with purpose. And all these qualities are things that a guy who's confident and comfortable have, and girls are attracted to a guy who's confident and comfortable. When I first started, I had terrible body language. I would slouch, I would look at the floor, my hands would be in my pockets, and my stance would be closed off. But with practice, I managed to fix these things. Before I get to the exercise, here are a few basic things that you should keep in mind about body language. The first thing, stand up straight. When you're looking down at the floor or your back is slouched, you come across as a weak, unconfident person. And number two, stay relaxed. A guy who's very stiff shows that he is very uncomfortable. And number three, be comfortable with taking up a lot of space. Think about how a celebrity or a rock star acts. He doesn't sit in a room and talk to someone slouched over like this. They'll be very relaxed, and naturally their bodies take up a lot of space around them. All right, so let's move on to the challenge. For this one, you're gonna have to use your imagination a little bit. I want you to replicate men who you think have good body language. What do I mean by this? Well, when I first started, I was a big fan of Robert Downey Jr. He was a badass in Iron Man, and I felt like he carried himself very confidently, and his body language was great. I would study how he stood, how he talked, how he moved, and I would try to replicate it. And it might seem a little weird, but it did work. Now, I want you to do the same thing. Think of a celebrity or a character that you think has good body language and try to replicate the way they move and the way they stand. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, just move and act how you think they would. I want you to go out, approach 5 women, and replicate the body language of this person. So go to YouTube or pop in your favorite movie and watch how the person moves. Replicate it, go out, and try it. It doesn't matter what you say, as long as your body language is conveying that you're confident and comfortable with yourself. So if you got that down, try today's super challenge. The super challenge requires 2 things. Number 1 is to approach 2 girls using very obnoxious, over-exaggerated body language. I want you to take up as much space as you possibly can and just be kind of silly with how relaxed and how much space you're taking up. And the second thing I want you to do is to do 3 good body language approaches. And the reason I'm telling you to do 2 ridiculous ones at first is because the best way to learn something is to go to the extreme. Go 150% and then bring it down to a normal 100%. Most likely, if I tell you to go out and just practice good body language, you'll improve a little bit, but the improvement won't be too drastic. But since I'm telling you to go out there and be ridiculous with it, it's way easier to be normal. But now, since you did 2 ridiculous, obnoxious body language approaches, you should be able to tone it down somewhere closer to perfect. Here's an example. I'm gonna sit down for a sec and just tell you that, hold on, I'll get comfortable, that you are very attractive and that I wanted to say hello to you. Hello. What's your name? That's kind of a coincidence. So what are you eating?
Grape.
Do you work in here? So tell me something interesting. I'm like really bored right now.
I'm under 5 feet tall.
You're under 5 feet tall? I'm not too tall either. I'm 5'7". We would get along. That's actually one of my requirements when I look for like a girl to date. Must be under 5 feet tall, must have all limbs, and must speak English. You speak English, right? Fluently?
Yep.
That's good. Are you single? Mm-hmm. We should go on a date.
I'm sorry. I just remembered something. Seriously, you seem like a really cool person. Would you like to exchange contact information and we can...
Sure.
Yes? Cool. This is my dog,
Oh, that's so cute.
Nikki. All right, what is it? Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm sitting like this. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just like so comfortable, but other people don't realize that this is a really comfortable way to sit. All right, I will shoot you a text later. Enjoy your day. Let me try to get out of here.
As you can see from the clip, my body language was beyond ridiculous and obnoxious. But the point of that was to be comfortable taking up a lot of space. If I could be ridiculous and take up that much space through an approach, then it should be a lot easier to do a normal one. Also notice how much fun I was having with it. I cracked up multiple times and she was having fun too, and overall it was just a fun vibe. And that's kind of the point of this simple 30 challenge. We want to show you that going out there and doing things that are not in the norm can be fun and it will give you results. Improving your life is more than just structure. It's about enjoying yourself. If you do this, it'll make you stand out from all the other guys out there. And she might even think you're a little weird, but as you can see, that's not always a bad thing. If you have fun, the girls that you approach will have fun with you too. After you do the challenge, let us know how it goes in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. See you tomorrow.